I don't think I will ever forgive my sister. Obligatory. I'm on mobile, so this may look funny. Last year in October I, 22F, was working at a nursing home in the kitchen. Both siblings of mine, M29, F31, worked there, my brother in the kitchen, my sister a nurse. I loved the work, I loved the residents. I had a bit of unease working with my older sister though. We don't see eye to eye is an understatement. In her words, I'm everything wrong with my parents' life. I'm a horrible person. My mother should have let our abusive stepdad beat me straight so I'd behave better. She's told them to kick me out repeatedly, calling me a freeloader, a drug addict for smoking weed, a brat and a leech. Never mind, she's a drunk and has been since she could start drinking, even drinking and driving constantly. It was 2 weeks before Christmas, and I started having sudden extreme swelling in my abdomen with pain so bad it made me cry. I was supposed to see the doctor that day but had to work even though I had requested that day off. I was sent home in tears with my stomach making me look heavily pregnant and the pain so bad no one could touch me. My first visit to the ER was a bust. I was given morphine and told it was my PCOS, then sent home with heavy painkillers. My brother tagged along with the trip, saying he was under the impression, because of my sister, that I was being dramatic and had bad cramps, even going as far to tell my parents to just leave me there and come back when they release me so he could get his shopping done. This didn't go over well with me obviously. Came me going back to work and the same happened. The swelling, the pain, the tears. I could barely walk, it was a pained waddle at best. But I was told by my lovely sister to suck it up and come into work, even telling me if I missed work again I would be fired. 2 days in a row I was sent home, then told to resign until my medical issues were resolved. Even the nursing staff was worried, one of the ladies telling me I should be in the hospital and not work as I looked 9 months pregnant with the swelling. Another ER visit was the same results with no improvement. After I quit, my sister deckended like a vulture. She started doubling down on telling my parents to kick me out, telling everyone I'm just too lazy to work now, even going as far as to tell our own parents that I don't need a doctor, I need a psychiatrist because I'm crazy and faking everything. She told me on my birthday, 5 drinks in and right in front of my parents as I was talking about bills, that I wouldn't have to worry about the bills if I actually kept a job. I never talk back. I'm the quiet one. I don't fight back. But I was done. I turned and pointed at her and said, don't you start, don't you even fucking start with me. I am tired, I am sick, just fucking stop. Her eyes got as wide as silver dollars. My birthday is just before Christmas, and I haven't talked to her since. On Christmas Day, I remember passing everyone their gifts with a smile. When I got to her, I tossed it at her really hard and just said, you. I didn't even thank her for anything. Now she does nothing but try to get me to talk. Compliments on the gift I gave, asking how I'm feeling, trying to ask our mom how I am or asking my brother to see if I'll tell him anything. I have a stomach biopsy and endoscopy scheduled, then multiple OBGYN visits and even more tests after that. I'm refusing to tell her about any of it. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have a sister. Update. After 5 long months, I have a status update. About 5 or 6 months ago, I lost my job and relationship with my sister due to a mystery illness she swore I was faking. Newsflash, I wasn't. After more tests than I can count, I have an answer. Well, sort of. As it turns out, I have a very large cyst on my ovaries that is bleeding, causing even more irritation and pain in the long run. Endo is a strong contender for a diagnosis as well. So no, dear sister, I don't have the magic power to inflate my stomach, cry on command, and I don't make myself puke for attention. I'm currently awaiting a doctor's visit, going over treatment and even possibly surgery. Unfortunately, my mother has told my sister everything, which she accomplished by taking my mom out on mommy-daughter days, and spoiling her with more gifts than you can imagine. Unsurprisingly, I was never included. She still makes snide comments, and even took her fork while we were at the dinner one night, poked my stomach repeatedly, and said for everyone and God to hear. Wow, I never thought I'd see the day your stomach doesn't look like a balloon. What changed? You don't look as fat and swollen. The look I gave her could melt a hole through diamond. So I told her, it's because I'm not in pain right now, you a-hole. My mom is trying to get me to be nice to her, telling me, that's just how she is. She doesn't mean anything bad. She's your sister, and I didn't raise you to not get along. I told her if my sister didn't mean what she said, then she should apologize for making those comments. As of right now, she's still on my shit list. Mom is definitely climbing the list. But I have good news. I got a new job. It's well paid and low impact, plus I get 3 breaks a day and weekends off. I even have paid holidays off. I'm loving it, and although it's hard work, I'm excited to finally pick up the pieces of my life. My brother even told me I was the hardest worker they had at my old job, and unfortunately the replacement isn't even doing half of what I could do in a day. And while I miss my residents, and I still know their special orders by heart, I have never felt such relief in knowing that who I work with now don't even know my family. I can chat with them without my sister breathing on my neck, or my brother shushing me for being friendly. I'm not 100% yet, and I have a long road ahead, but I'm doing it with my head held high and my best stride I can muster. Edit. Holy cow, I never expected for this to get the traction it did. I'm in tears and I can't thank you guys enough for the kind words and call-outs in the comments. It makes me feel less alone, and I couldn't even begin on how much it means to me that people actually care. A little clarification though on a few points. My mother does believe that I'm sick, she even goes to the doctor with me and comforts me when I'm doing really bad. She grew up in an abusive household, and really doesn't have a close relationship with her family. So she raised us to get along so we could have the relationship she never could. It's no excuse for her response, but it does mean I understand where she's coming from. Again, not an excuse for that bad response. But she does care, and has been helping me out a lot. My sister can be a good person when she wants to be. When she wants to be is the catch. I still love her, she raised me when my parents had to work double shifts and long days, and is the reason I still eat ramen when I'm sad lol. She's always been mean, but now she seems to be getting meaner. And she's going through bad things too, but that's no excuse to be horrible. I just hope that whatever is biting her but lets go soon. My brother and I have always been close, and he asks me how I feel whenever I see him. When I lost my job, he bought my pets food. When I needed a ride into town and had no gas money, he let me crash at his place for the night and took me. Sure, we fight too, but we are on better terms. As I said, there's no excuse for being dismissive or downright nasty. I'm still going NC and LC when I move, as I believe it's the best choice for my mental well-being. I'm putting me first. Edit number 2. Thank you guys for every message. I never expected this level of support from people. I've read all of them and cried a bit. And thank you to the people also telling me to not take this lying down. As of right now, I've already had a talk with my mom and she agreed that my sister was out of line. She did repeat that just how sister's name is, but she did say that it was about time I said something to her about it. And she wasn't gonna stop me. It's between me and my sister now. She's visiting in a few days so we'll see how it goes, although until she says something I will be silent. As for my mom, she is no longer going into my appointments with me. She agreed to sit in the waiting room for me unless I desperately need her help.